Ave everyone, Lord Vitalian here, and today we are going to be playing Total War Rome 2. Now if you don't know what this is a game from the Total War franchise, and it is essentially set in the Roman period. So we are going to get right in, and I think we're going to start a campaign. Now we have a few options. We can do Rise of the Republic, which is the beginnings of Rome. We can do Caesar in Gaul, Hannibal at the Gates, Wrath of Sparta, Empire Divided, Imperator Augustus. But I think we are going to do the Grand Campaign, just the simple, normal campaign. Now we have a lot of options over who we can be. We can be Carthage, Rome's greatest rivals. We can be one of the Balkan tribes, one of the Gallic tribes, one of Alexander the Great's successor states, one of the Greek states, an Iberian tribe, a nomadic tribe, one of the Eastern empires, one of the Black Sea Greek colonies, a British tribe, or one of the Germanic tribes. But I think it's no question who we're going to be in Total War Rome 2. We're obviously going to be Rome. Now, the only question is, which house do we want to lead us? Now, each house has special bonuses. The House of Cornelia, we get less public order problems for taking over problems, and we have minus 50% upkeep cost for auxiliary units, which is good. With the House of Junia, which we get more public order, and we get 30% wealth from agricultural, but then we have the House of Julia, Julius Caesar's house, and we get plus 15% melee attack during battles against barbarian tribes, and if you didn't know, there's a lot of barbarian tribes in this time period, and Romanization, plus 6 to cultural conversion, which is kind of what we want, because we're going to convert the culture to the place we conquer, and we're going to be conquering a lot, and a lot of those places that we conquer are going to be barbarians. So I would assume that the best choice, in my opinion, is the House of Julia, so we're going to choose them. Now, Total War Rome 2 is fairly accurate when it comes to the Roman time period, and it's quite a good game. Now, we're going to try to be as Roman as possible. We're not going to do anything crazy. Like, we're not going to immediately go for Sparta here. We're going to have to probably do what the real Romans did. We're going to have to go for Carthage and our surrounding neighbors, then we can take over Greece, probably. But we'll see. Everything should be fine. I like the quotes this game has, and it also explains how to play the game as well. These little tip screens. Now, I'm a big fan of Roman history, so this is by far one of my favorite Total War games. Well, that's a good quote from Herodotus, the Greek historian. Force has no place when there is need of skill. So that's a good quote. You can see all the provinces on the map behind me of the different regions in the game. That's also good.
You are at war with the Etruscan League. March north and capture their territories. This will allow you to consolidate Italia and ensure the safety of Rome. You must wage war if you hope to extend your dominion. Syracuse and Carthage own territory in Magna Graecia, so conflict with them is inevitable if you wish to expand across the Mediterranean. Otherwise, they may prove useful allies against Etruria or the Gaulish tribes to the north. Come what may, Rome will triumph.
Rome will triumph, that is right. And our first mission is to completely control 2 provinces, either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies. But we're not going to do that, we are not going to have any allies. Now, Rome didn't always, a brief history lesson here, Rome didn't always own all of Italy. There are a bunch of different Italian states and cities that weren't united, and Rome conquered most of the southern ones pretty easily. But there were these Italians to the north and on Corsica who didn't really want to be part of this new Pan-Italic nation. So, the Etruscan League, which was heavily influenced by Greek culture, as the Romans were, kind of fled north and formed their own little nation and said, we're not joining Rome. You know, Rome in real life marched up and conquered them after a few years of war. I'm hoping we can conquer them fairly easily, or, well, more easily, I mean. Now, what do we have here? We have a spy, which can scout areas. We have our dictator, because we are a republic still, so we don't have an emperor. To become an empire, we need 65% influence in the Senate and a level 5 Imperium, which means we need to be a lot larger. And we get a lot of different bonuses when we're an empire. Now, politics, we have the House of Papiria, the House of Junia, and the House of Cornelia. Now, this is their loyalty, and eventually they can rebel if they're unhappy enough. And this shows how many senators they have in the Senate. Now, the Senate in real life had 500 senators, as it does in the game. So the House of Cornelia has 20% of the Senate with 99 senators. The House of Junia has 21% with 107 senators. And the House of Papiria has 33% with 165 senators. We control 26% of the Senate with 129 senators. That's not great. We don't have the majority in the Senate. So we are going to hopefully change that. Now, here's our research, where we get different bonuses as well, and access to new things. We're going to go for supply reforms. We're going to do our own little Marian reforms. Now, another thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all these skirmishing units in our army. Now, other players of this game may disagree with me for doing this, but I'm not a fan of skirmishing units, at least when I play Rome. I think Rome's strength has and will always have been their infantry. And Rome did have a decent navy, but I don't see a use for one right now. It's just costing us money. So what are we going to do? We're going to go to Rome, and we're going to look what we have. We have a decent country here. So we are going to form... We're going to build a complete army of Hastati, which are lightly armored Roman infantry. And we're going to send our spy out to Ariminum. There's no one there, so I'm assuming, yep, there's the Etruscan army. They're over here, in Velathri. Down here, we're going to recruit some Hastati as well. Now, we're going to need more money, obviously, to recruit these armies. I don't want to march out until I have a full army of Hastati. Alright, so Carthage owned Sardinia, as they did in real life, hence the Greek colony of Syracuse is also a thing in this game. Alright. So our army is doing well. Let's recruit even more Hastati. And let's go to this legion and recruit some more Hastati as well. And that's about all we're going to do for this turn. Carthage declared war on us. Oh dear. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Carthage pulled a Punic War and declared on us, and we didn't expect it. Or did Rome declare on Carthage? I can't remember. All I know is, of course, you can't trust the filthy Carthaginians. And we're gonna march to Armenium. And because we know what's going on there, we're gonna send our spy to Velathri. Discover what's going on. I knew we couldn't trust Carthage. You can never trust the filthy Carthaginians. We're gonna get some more military technologies. Alright, that's about all we can do again. Carthage. Filthy Carthage. Always trying to ruin glorious Rome. They're just jealous of our superior Latin culture. Because of course we are the pinnacle of culture in the Mediterranean. We're gonna fight this battle. Looks like we won. So we're gonna take Armenium. Alright, so Armenium is ours. Then we'll march on Velantri. Let's recruit a last unit. Each army can hold 20 units, and I want all those units besides the general's bodyguard to be Hastati. And we'll recruit the last units of Hastati for this army. And then we might think about even building up a new army. Because we are going to need a bunch of soldiers. So let's take a look here at the Senate. We control 35% of the Senate now because of our victories. Hopefully the dictator has a child soon so we can continue the line of succession, because even though it's a republic, because he's the dictator, he assigns his heirs based on birth. Level up our cities. Again, that's about all we can do. I still cannot believe the Carthaginians backstabbed us. Well, of course I can believe it, actually, because they are the filthy Carthaginians. Filthy salt eaters. If you don't know, Carthage was obsessed with salt, like the Romans were olive oil. Alright, now let's march into Sicily and deal with these Carthaginians. Lilybaeum will take that city. Then we'll march to Velantri. Then we'll sail over and take Corsica with the Dictator's army, the Legio II Equestrius, and the Legio I Italica. Yes. The problem is we don't have a lot of food in our empire. As a temporary measure, I'm going to be building a farm in Rome, or near Rome. Alright, we need to take over the Etruscans so we can turn our full might on Carthage. And a child was born, that's good. Let's take Velantri. Looks like we'll win again. Yep, we definitely won. And we see Velantri. It's ours. Then we'll sail over to Corsica next. Over here. We're gonna keep marching on Lilybaeum. We'll seize this city. Looks like we won. We lost 2 units though of Hastati. We'll just recruit them again. Now we have to convert the buildings because the Carthaginians have a different culture. So we have to convert them to Latin buildings. Alright. That went well. Now, we have a little more money. And it doesn't look like we actually need to be building this villa because we just took over a place of the farm. We want a new general. From my experience, the House of Junia is usually pretty loyal. So Marcus Junius Brutus, you are getting your own army. You will have a bodyguard of Triarii. A great army of Hastati is being formed for him. Now we're going to have to actually recruit less for him because we can't afford to buy huge amounts of soldiers now. Which is annoying. Eventually we'll take Syracuse. But I really want Carthage. As the famous Roman senator Cassius Dio said, Carthago delente es. Carthago, or Carthage, must be destroyed. Carthago delente es will be our battle cry. Now we can assign an edict to one of our fully controlled provinces, which gives it a bonus, and we're going to choose tax harvesting, of course. And our army can level up. Now, legions can have their own traditions. We're going to choose formidable fighters because they do more damage, and we're going to choose marching speed for this guy so he can go farther. So if you know history, you know that one of the Roman legion's greatest strengths was its ability to march to the battlefield quickly. That's how they managed their large empire. Problem was, Rome eventually got to a size where they just didn't have enough legions to protect it all. Alright, there we go. That's what we're doing for this turn. We're managing the war against Carthage rather well, in my opinion. Now, all these nations up here are different tribe nations, all this. They're going through their turn. That's all that is. Now, we are going to definitely sail for Corsica. And this army is going to grow again. Because we need more soldiers. We'll recruit a few more this time. Purely because we need soldiers now to fight Carthage. I'm tempted to attack Carthage itself, but I know they'll probably have troops, so that's probably not a good idea. In fact, I might sail that army back when it's done, or when it's its turn again. That probably wasn't the smartest move. Who knows what filthy tricks the Carthaginians are going to do in this war. It's like the First Punic War all over again, though we're not going to stop after we take Sicily. We're going to take all of Carthage. We've completed another technology. We're going to go for another one. Now it looks like we're probably going to need some reinforcements to deal with this enemy. Yeah, we're definitely going to need reinforcements. Which is rather annoying. Recruit some more Hastati. We'll just recruit 2 units. Does Carthage have a large garrison? It doesn't. We're just gonna march in and take Carthage. That was simple. We lost 2 units though. At least we're not at war with Libya, who is usually Carthage's ally, or one of their client states. Just get rid of this. We can't convert anything because we don't have the money. We've been spending all our money on our troops. We really need to take over more land. Would Carthage accept a peace treaty? Because we are a little spread thin at the moment. No, they just have Sicily, not Sicily, Sardinia. So we're probably actually not going to accept a peace treaty with them. I'm really tempted to send this army over. I think we're actually going to do that. We're going to send this army to go help that other one in Corsica. Again, that's about all we can do. Nope, well, we can level up this guy and his legion. Right, so we did that. And that. Carthage is sending an army and a fleet somewhere. That's not great. Alright. These guys want a non-aggression pact. We're not going to accept that. Alright. They've got a lot of armies. Let's land this army. We'll send this army over. Now we can replace one of the buildings in Carthage with a Roman temple, because we need to get some Latin culture here. And we'll build a shipwright. We really don't have a lot of money now. We don't have a Roman temple here either. Then we can't build a shipwright yet. This is not good, really. We're overstretched already. We haven't even dealt with the Etruscans, and we've already taken Carthage. I fear the Carthaginians, to be honest with you. I don't know what armies they have hidden away in Spain, because I know they own territory over there. That's a given.
Bound by treaty.
No, we are not giving you a peace treaty, Syracuse, or not a peace treaty, a non-aggression pact. Because I want to take over Syracuse. What's this? Athens conquered Epirus's capital, it looks like. That's good for them. Doesn't really affect us. Let's build another shipwright. Send this army here. Let's attack the Etruscans. And because those armies are close by, they'll help each other. There we go, we definitely got him. We lost a unit. That's fine, though. Now we can march over the crossing there into Sardinia and take Carlis. This is going rather well now. The Etruscans are basically destroyed besides this one ship. You have to destroy all their armies to kill a nation as well as all their towns. Carthage is growing slowly. They're raiding it though. The Carthaginian army would raid their own provinces. How ridiculous. We're gonna kill them. Alrighty. I don't think Carthage wasn't ready for a war with us. I'm gonna be honest. They probably should have waited till they were ready, but they obviously did not. And Carthage is almost built up. Then once we take Carlis, we're probably going to try to sign a peace treaty with Carthage, and we'll take Syracuse. That's all we can do. It's going really well so far. The Etruscans are going to try to take over some land in Italy. I'm not afraid of them because I only have one unit. How big is this Carthaginian army? Not big at all. We'll win this battle. Lost 4 units, so that army's fairly weak now. Let's do this. And he can level up. There we go. Alright, here we go. Carthago is growing, so we can almost unlock another building slot for it. I'm sick of these Carthaginians. We're gonna go out and destroy them. If we can. And then we're gonna march to Syracuse. In fact, would Carthage accept peace? They would. So never mind. We have peace with Carthage now. I'm quite happy with that. We don't need land in Spain just yet. We'll have enough trouble managing what we have. Let's get this army back to Italy. These Etruscans are building up a force. I don't like that. Mercenaries, probably. Because they can't recruit their own units because they don't have a city or town or anything. And they tried to attack Rome with a bunch of mercenaries, as I expected. But the garrison killed them. We are now taking over all of Italy. The Etruscan League is finally destroyed. And we got a bunch of money as a reward for taking over more provinces, and we're going to do more military technology. This army is going back to Italy. I forget we were doing it with this one too. land in Rome and recruit a bunch of Hastati. A full army. Then we just replenish both of these armies and we'll have 3 full legions. What is our new legion called, by the way? Legio III Victrix, a fitting name. It means Legion 3 Victory. Now, as the campaign goes on, I'm only going to call our legions where they're from, basically, or their starting name. As they win victories and show how they're unique from other legions, we'll rename them to something fitting. I think that's the best way to go about doing it. Because if you don't know, Roman legions' names were very important to them because it showed exactly their victories. For example, Legio Germanicus was the victors of Germany because they won a lot of battles in Germany. Alright, we're going to do military research bonus in that event. So we can research military technologies a little bit faster. We're going to get this army to Sicily. Trying to get them in the city, but you have to select the port to do that. There we go. And this army is fully prepared, so we can march that down to Sicily. How much of the Senate do we control? 46% of the Senate. That is wonderful. And we have a little extra money, so we're going to build more temples in Rome for more bonuses. We're going to build shrines of Jupiter because we get extra taxes and wealth from all sources. So that's excellent. Syracuse's days are numbered. That's about all that we can do. I think we'll invade Libya after Syracuse. Or we could send an army over to Epirus. You know, Epirus sounds nice this time of year. Epirus. They're allied with Macedon, though. We don't really want to fight Macedon. Again, we'll deal with them after we conquer other lands. March this army here. And recruit it some more Hastati. And the next turn we'll fill that army. I mean, Epirus doesn't have a big force. It'd probably be worth our while to actually take over some of their lands. I don't think Macedon would really challenge us. You know what we're going to do? We're going to sail over here, and we're probably going to take over Epirus. So I think they only have this city left, Apollonia. It sounds good to me. Again, that's about all we can do. We're growing. Epirus can sail around our territories all they want. It's just a small fleet. They can't really do anything with it. And Syracuse knows what's coming because they keep asking for a non-aggression pact, and we're not going to sign one. Oh, we have an event where one of our characters have done something wrong. Some fool has been caught defacing the Temple of Jupiter. Such matters should not be taken lightly. We can pay off the temple, hand him over, punish him ourselves, or do nothing. We're gonna pay off the temple. I think that's the best decision. Ah, dang it! Epirus was taken over by Athens. Way to ruin my plans, Athens. Recruit 2 more Hastati in this army. And that our military will be at full strength. And we can march on Syracuse. Then we'll march on Libya in North Africa. Athens wants a trade agreement, but they want 1,000 gold. That's fine. I'll accept that. As Athens seems to be a growing power in the region. And we just earned a bunch of money from having a bunch of units. I guess that was one of the missions. We'll have our dictators fight the battle, because even though they don't get as much glory as the main army in the battle, and the other general is not part of our political party. So and if we win battles with our members of our political party, we'll get more political influence. Alright, looks like we won again. We have yet to lose a battle. And Syracuse has been destroyed. We'll convert all of their buildings. We don't need more than one temple at the moment. Speaking of which, we have more temples over here. We're going to build more shrines of Jupiter. We're going to get rid of this farm in Velathri, because I want Rome to be dedicated to nothing but money and war. With Syracuse ours, we're probably going to sail for Carthago. Everything is going as planned. Oh, one of our armies can upgrade. There we go. Alright, everything is going to plan. Alright, we are no longer protected from succession or civil war almost, which means civil wars can happen. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. We're gonna land in Carthage with that army. Because Syracuse is fairly happy, we're gonna sail this army for Carthage as well. And this army will begin making its journey to Carthage. Because we're gonna smash into Libya with our full force and seize this entire coast. Looks like Carthage took over more land over here. That's concerning. Carthage is getting more powerful. So we'll have to go to war with them again. So it's going to be like real life. There's going to be the first Punic War and the second Punic War. The second one is where we'll crush them. Is Carthage allied with anyone? They're allied with Libya. So we might want to send one of our armies to the west, to Carthage, to at least hold off this area. That sounds good. Well, everyone, I think that's a good place to stop for today. If you liked the video, subscribe, and I bid you all valet.